Gonzo was very close to my heart. I mean, I didn't name it Gonzo. Other people called it that. But I was on a set one day, and it was one of those things. I had already been in the business about 70, 80, 90, over 25 years or something. And I said, it was one of those sets where everybody was kind of, it wasn't a great script, it wasn't a great anything, it wasn't great, everybody was like, you know, it was long hours, and, you know, what's for lunch, and what's for dinner, and who do I have to fuck to get out of here? And I said, what the fuck are we doing? I just thought this, and, you know, why don't we just, you know, this is crazy, this is not what I signed up for, because I was about the sex always, you know what I'm saying? Not that it was revolutionary anymore, but it was still supposed to be exciting. It was still, you know, it was sex. It wasn't. I didn't care about the business end of it so much. I was never a businessman. It was this. So I said, this is crazy. Why don't we just take a girl and bring her out in public and get somebody who really wants to fuck her, you know? And that's what I did. I didn't know, the guys were never paid, and it was completely on. Not set up, or it was, you know, it was just as you see it live, absolutely. Other people have, you know, adopted the term Gonzo for other kinds of things where they, you know, sort of prearrange things so it looks like it's just happening. But that, I had no interest in that. It had to be absolutely live. I didn't care what I got. If I didn't get anything, if a guy just wanted to grab a girl's ass, all right, go home, whatever you want, you know. There was no necessity for anything. I just wanted the excitement, what really was going to happen. So I had a wonderful time doing that. On the Prowl was the first one. Just took a girl out in a limo in San Francisco and found guys that wanted to fuck her. I said, hey, you want to fuck her? You know, all you got to do is sign this release. You want a blowjob? You want to just grab her ass? Whatever you want, man. Just here it is. And that to me was like, ooh, you know, this is like spontaneity. This is like, to me, what, you know, the sex business should be. It should be, you know, of course the girl was paid, but, you know, but let's face it, in porn, you got two prostitutes fucking. What's, you know, at the bottom of that, what could be more boring than that? You know what I'm saying? Two people are getting paid to have sex. Now, sometimes, and I like to think in my case, I always, you know, looked for the, because I was very sexual, and some of the other guys were too, or, you know, like guys like John Leslie or Joey Saveri, or, you know, people, Stagliano, these are really into the sex guys, you know, they're getting paid, but also, we're gonna, you know, fuck this bitch, you know? So, but for a lot of people, it was just, oh, you know, it's the industry, well, it's a job, you know, so that bothered me. So I wanted to have one guy, at least the guy with the girl, he was just there for the sex. It was just there for the sex, and then we get something really gritty and hopefully nasty and interesting. Yeah, so I loved that On the Prowl. Then I did about half a dozen. I did one in Paris. I don't know if maybe your people would be interested in that. I did on the Prowl in Paris. What?
Where are those films now?
They're hard to get because they're a little edgy for people. The only one I outright own is the original On the Prowl, because I was going to set up originally my own company, my own Jamie Gillis Video. I was going to make these movies, but the business bogged me down. I didn't even like the idea of going to the bank and standing in the merchant's line. I remember there was a merchant's line. I said, what the fuck, I'm a merchant? I'm not a fucking merchant, you know? I'm a fucking outlaw, you know? So I didn't even want to have the business anymore. I didn't want to call up people and say, oh, would you buy my movie? And fuck you, you know? So I let someone else do that. Let someone else get rich and make the money. That's okay with me. Because I just, you know, I was just about the, you know, the living it, you know? I pretty much lived my life according to what I felt like doing, what I wanted to do, without regard for how it would look, how successful I would be, and I'm proud of that.